Hello guys, welcome to this video lesson. You will learn the causes of upward deflection in the design of reinforced concrete beam. You also learn why ProtaStructure said not applicable. We proceed to understand why required area of steel is given as 0 and then why extra area of steel have this value which give result to the provided area of steel. And this is going to help you to actually design your beams with confidence and safety. So, this beam is experiencing upward deflection, also known as hugging or negative deflection. In structural softwares like ProtaStructure, this typically occurs when the net force acting on the beam span is directed upward or the boundary condition lifts the span. I'm going to be explaining this to your understanding for you to be able to design with more confidence. So stick to this video till the very end, and if this is the first time you have come across our video on our channel Soft Freezing Academy, consider subscribing, like the video. Let us make progress. In ProtaStructure, you often get this issue at two levels: the ground floor level and the suspended floor level often have this upward deflection issue. So let me show you an example of upward deflection. I will consider this beam. You can see that this beam I've shown green, meaning it has actually passed design. I will select one of it from here. It is a continuous beam right there. If I click on this section, design options. All right, so you can now see I have upward deflection right here occurring at this particular span of 2.1 meters. All right, so as I said earlier, this upward deflection is as a result of a boundary condition, all right, which actually lifts the span up. All right, when I say boundary condition, that simply means a movement. All right, so there are some support, all right, support movement at the ends of these beams. All right, so these are the boundary conditions that actually push this beam upward. Okay, so if you look closely, you can see that this beam span is 6.6 meters, which is far lengthier than this particular 2.1, and this is 4.0 approximately in length. All right, so the moment generated around here is quite high, which is the boundary condition which actually lifted up this particular beams which now experience these upward deflections, and Prota said it is not applicable, which I will explain why it says so. All right, so if you want to look at this upward deflection, actually you have to navigate to the bend moment and shear force diagram options right here. So once you click here, you have the diagram in this property window over here. This is where we actually have the upward deflections. All right, upward deflection right here. So you can see the 6.6 meter span beam here, and then you can see at the support, you see the moment that is generated. And so this is the moment which is the boundary conditions, all right here, very high, that actually lift these beams. All right, so this is actually what happened when it comes to this issue of upward deflections at a suspended floor. This is actually the case. All right, so if the moment is high, the moment generated by this beam, which is the turning effect, is high, it will actually lift the next beam if that beam is actually small and then it is carrying a very small gravity load, which is what happens to this particular beam you are seeing there that is actually experiencing the upward deflection. I hope that is clearly explained. Okay, so now I will click on the exit, and then we proceed to actually view the upward deflection at the ground floor level, and then I will explain also the causes of that upward deflection before we now proceed to why ProtaStructure said it is not applicable. I click on the OK options. Now if I navigate right there to the ground level beam, you have to also have in mind that this beam at this level is actually supported by the soil. It is not a suspended beam. All right, it is a beam that is at the soil level. All right, so at this level in ProtaStructure, it is being seen. Let me move the grid lines to that ST0 right here. All right, so this is the level. ProtaStructure, anything below this level is in the soil in ProtaStructure. So I have to have that in mind. Okay, so this beam is directly resting on the soil. So if I select on one of this beam, and then I'll have to navigate to the design tab to be able to view the detail of this beam. Okay, so you can see there is nothing like design informations right there. If you right click on the keyboard, having selected this, this is called sub-basement beam in Protek 2026, which is the version I'm actually using. Check here, there is no option to actually view the design informations. So you have to navigate straight away to the design tab right here, and then you get to the foundation beam, all right, to tell you that this is in the soil. So you have to click right there, so you can see all of the beam actually showing red crossed, okay, meaning failed. All right, so that is not our concern for now. So if you now click on this beam, let's say this one, and then you click on the interactive design options, you can see, I click on yes options, you can see that all the span is experiencing upward deflection right here. Okay, and then if you check the required area of steel, you can see we have it as 0, 0, and then extra area of steel, we have it some value right here, which actually results to the provided area of steel that we have at the top bar or the compression zone, and as well as the bottom bar or the tension zone successfully of the reinforced concrete beam. Okay, so now, what is the causes of this upward deflection we have at this level? Now these beams actually generated a self-weight, okay, and it has some gravity load acting on this beam, but these loads are quite very minimal. What are the gravity load? Gravity load consists of the dead and the live load as well as the partitions load, okay? So this load on this beam at this level are quite very minimal as compared to the soil load that is trying to push the beam upward, all right? The load you actually apply the including per square meters, which is the soil bearing capacity, all right, it is quite very higher than the gravity load that is acting on this beam. Okay, so that is why the area is quite minimal, and then the required area is given as 0 because there is no much load that the beam will actually use to select reinforcements. And based on BS code BS 8110 and Euro code 2, you will always have a minimal or a minimum area of steel, which is the extra area of steel in every beam. Whether the required area is 0, there must be a minimum area of steel, or the one we call extra area of steel. So this will guide against the beams cracking and then the brittleness of the beams. Okay, so that is why we actually have this extra area of steel right here, which help us to have this support top bar right there, and then bottom top bar successfully. Okay, I have been able to explain to us why we have extra area of steel, okay, in a beam that has a required area of steel 0. Okay, so a beam of this nature do have this kind of situations. All right, so before we actually conclude whether this is good or bad, we need to also look at the not applicable. Why does ProtaStructure say not applicable? So in many engineering codes like BS 8110 or Euro code 2, deflection limits are primarily concerned with sagging, which is downward, because that is what affects floor finishes, partitions, and aesthetics. When a beam deflects upward, the software or ProtaStructure software often label it not applicable because the standard span effective depth or span over effective depth rules for downward deflections do not apply to upward movement in the same way. Okay, so this is more reason why ProtaStructure said upward deflection is not applicable. Okay, I also noticed that for this beam, you cannot be able to check for bending moment and shear force diagram due to the upward forces from the soil. If you navigate to this provision of bending moment and shear force diagram, you notice that it is not prompted. So you won't be able to check it right there. Whenever you have this issue of upward deflection and not applicable, you should not have to bother yourself. Just have a concrete confidence that this beam will support its member comfortably with the provided extra area of steel. So do not proceed to increase the provided area of steel, because that will also increase the extra area of steel of these beams, and that will lead to an over design. because everything here is comfortable. Another thing that you should also notice right here now is because of this not applicable ProtaStructure I've written right in these provisions. If you click on the OK option from here, you will notice that the beam is showing red crossed, which not design. But if you look at the utilization ratio of this beam, you notice that the U ratio are quite very okay. All right, because ProtaStructures have already said that it is not applicable. So that is why you are seeing that these beams are not actually designed. Even at some point, if you select on this beam and then you click in these provisions and then click on the OK options, if I click on cancel from here, you will notice that this will show a green check, meaning it has been designed. All right, but if you get back to this window or this property window right here, check in this provision right here, you can see where my pointer is. You can see that it is written design forces are not found. Design forces are not found on the beams. All right, because the upward forces, all right, that actually pushes the beam upward is not the actual force that Protek actually used to carry out the design. All right, it uses the gravity forces, which consists of the dead load, the live load partitions, and the rest of that we applied on the structures. All right, so have in mind that nothing is wrong with the beam. The beam is very much okay. All right, I will click on the yes option from here, and then I'll click on the OK option. I cancel this, and then I will still have the green check right here that the beam has actually passed design. So feel free at this level, you have to feel free, except if you are working on a beam that is at a suspended floor level. Okay, that is when you need to look into it critically, just like the one I've shown to us. It is also passing design very comfortably, like these beams right here. If you select in these provisions, you will notice that it is also having upward deflections. Okay, so this beam is very much okay. Okay, we're supporting its member successfully. All right, so you can now see how you can interpret not applicable, and then when the required area of steel for a beam is 0, maybe due to the forces that I've explained in this video. All right, so I believe that you have understand how this works, and then with this understanding, you can be able to design your reinforced concrete beam with all confidence and safety. I believe you have learned one or two things in this video. Consider subscribing to our channel, Soft Reason Academy. Like the video. If you have any questions, you can drop it in the comment section below. We'll see you in the next presentations. Have a great day and bye for now.